as I say, welcome everyone to the fitness Q&A supporting Dyspraxia Awareness Week Ireland. So as I say, please feel free to put in the comments anything that you need to, and please feel free if you need to ask any questions that you may have, and we'll do our very best to answer those questions for you. So to start off with, as I say, good evening, my name's Mike. I'm based in Nottingham. I was diagnosed with dyspraxia literally when I was about 13 or 14, and I'm now 41. So as I say, welcome everyone, and I'd just like to introduce you to the panel. So who would like to introduce themselves first? Okay, so Mary, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yes. Well, my name is Mary Kilban, and I've been a member of Mike's group since September 2020, since it started. And I come from Ireland, and I knew I had suspected dyspraxia since 2016 or 2015. I knew I had it probably back then.
Okay, no worries. Thanks very much, Mary. And Karen, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, thank you. My name is Karen, and I first heard about dyspraxia in 2014 and ticked all the boxes like you do. And I heard about this this group through a question and answer session. I thought I like the sound of that, so I thought I'd go for that. And I got in touch with Mike, and the rest is history. I've been doing all the workouts I can since.
Oh, lovely. Thanks, Karen. And Sophie, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Sophie. I'm 34 years old, and I was diagnosed with dyspraxia when I was 11. And I started Mike's workouts from the very beginning. I think I joined the very first one. And yeah, I try and join as many as I can.
Oh, that's lovely. Well, thanks so much, girls, and thanks so much for being on my panel tonight. So as I say, we're just going to talk about the workout and how it does, and hopefully that will answer any questions that you may have as well. But as I say, please, if you have any comments, then please do put them in, and we'll try our best to answer any comments and any questions that you do have as well. So first of all, we'll go to our first question, which is basically, how long does the workout run for? So who would like to answer that question? Anybody can answer that question for me? So Mary, Sophie or Karen, which one would you like to answer the question on? How long does a workout run for?
Well, there are 2 rounds of 10 exercises, and it's 30 seconds of work and 35 seconds of rest. And in between, there's a 3-minute rest before you start the second round. So it takes maybe, oh God, I'm terrible at maths, but maybe 25 minutes or so to get through. Yeah, to get through everything. Yeah.
No worries. Thank you very much for answering that question, Sophie. Yeah, as I say, it takes roughly 30 to 35 minutes, as we say, but sometimes we allocate because we like to, if people are available, then we also like to have a bit of a chat afterwards if people are around, which is great. So the next question, whoever would like to answer it, what kind of exercises do we do on the workout? Yeah, Mary?
Yeah. Well, the kind of exercises we do, we have ranging from gentle running on the spot, marching on the spot, star jumps, pretend we're lifting a weight up and down.
Yeah.
We have side step and touch the ground, and we have the side step and clap. And we also have dancing to the music till there's nobody watching. And as well as that, you can also do alternative moves. For example, if you can't do the full jumping jack star jump, you can do this instead with your feet movements. And it's also for people that are sitting down as well. They can do the movements with their hands as well. And we also have with that, we have kangaroo jumps, or we have different movements each workout. We can have jumping 5 times over and shoot the basketball as well.
Lovely, thank you. Next question is, do I need certain equipment to do the workout? Who would like to answer that one?
You don't need any equipment at all.
Yeah, you don't need any equipment at all.
No, just bring yourself a bottle of water or a bottle of sugar-free soda and a towel.
Lovely, thank you. So like I say, yeah, we don't have anything, you know, we don't use any equipment. So we may say weights, no weights, but it's just imagining, you know, we don't actually use, you know, anything like that as well. Do I need to stand or do I need to sit? Who would like to answer that question?
I'll answer that one.
Okay, no, was me.
You can do either. Like, they're part of our group. There's people that are probably not able to stand much, so you can do either, and you can work with your arms and your upper body if you can't use your lower body.
That's great. And would everyone on the panel agree to that as well? You know, do they? Yeah.
I remember after my knee surgery, there were certain things I had to do sitting down, and other things that I could do standing up, but I was able to do something sitting down before my knee was strong enough to go again.
Oh, that's brilliant. And it's great that you've, you know, you can actually do that as well. So, you know, we do try to make sure that people aren't being left out, even if they do have mobility issues or anything like that, really. So, as I say, it's, you know, we want to try and cater for as many people as we can, really.
And the alternatives are brilliant.
Oh, thank you. That's great. That does bring me kind of to the way that the workouts are done, which I'll just explain. So there's basically 5 different ways that you can actually do the workouts. So the first of that is that you can just do the exercises, as Sophie said earlier, about doing 30 seconds of exercise and then following that with 35 seconds rest, and then doing the next 30 seconds and then following with 35 seconds rest. So you can do that. The next way of doing the exercises, as Mary did say as well earlier, about doing the alternate versions. So if you can't do something, I'm going to try and demonstrate a little bit here. But for instance, if we do star jumps or we do things like jumping jacks, so we know really that our arms basically come out, they then basically come back as our legs go out as well. If we can't do that, we can do it so we basically take one side up first and then down, and then the other side down, upside, and then go down as well. So we split it across the body, and that's you know, easier for some people to do who can't get that coordination, and also they find that they can't you know, do it because of mobility as well. So you know, that generally helps out. As we go on to number 3, so the third thing that we can actually do is, for instance, if you can't do an exercise, so again, we'll use the star jumps or the jumping jacks. If you find that you can't do that, you can replace it for something that you can do. So you can then maybe do a running on the spot, or you could do a walking on the spot or something like that. So you can swap it for another exercise that's within the workout. Also, the next one, number 4, is if you find that you've been doing your star jumps, which I always use as this example, and you find, oh, I can't do the whole 30 seconds, I can only do 15 seconds of that. Don't worry about it at all. The good thing is that you're moving. Nobody judges anybody in this workout, and just do what you can. I always bang on about it. Obviously, listen to myself because I'm leading, but listen to your body. If you need to stop, then please do stop. And then finally, the 5th option that you can do within my workouts is if you've basically done your star jumps, the next one might be a bit high intense, or you just need to take a bit of a break, then please do listen to your body, take a bit of extra rest, take a minute or so, and then when you feel ready to come back in, then carry on. But again, nobody judges you. So I just thought I'd let you know that is the way, you know, the different ways that you can do the workout. So going on to the next question, how often during the week is the workout on? Is it every day? Who wants to answer that one? Anybody want to answer that question? Is it on every day, or how often is it?
It's on every Sunday. And there's also the online content, which you can't actually do until you've done a couple with, you know, with the whole group with Mike, and you have to talk to Mike afterwards before you do that. But you can the main one is on a Sunday, and that's where we all get together and do the workout together.
That's great. And I'd just like to add on that point, thanks very much, Karen, is we have been doing them on Thursdays, but throughout December, we're just going to be doing them on Sundays. However, hopefully in the new year, we're going to bring it back to Thursdays as well. So we do a Thursday at 6:45, that'll be hopefully back in the new year, but we are doing Sunday, and as I say, that's at 11:15. So that's great. Next question is, do I have to be diagnosed to come along? Who would like to answer that question?
Well, do you have to be diagnosed? Not exactly diagnosed, but you have to be aware that you do have some form of dyspraxia or motor learning disability, which affects your hand-to-eye coordination and your balance in different sports and different areas, such as aerobics and dancing.
Sure, that's brilliant. So yeah, as I say, you know, if you know, the good thing is that you know, everyone you know, does have that feeling that they're you know, if they feel that they are dyspraxic, and also if you've been diagnosed, then yes, you can do the workout.
And also, Mike, people with Asperger's also deal with dyspraxia on a daily basis as well. It's comorbid with Asperger's or ADHD as well. So some people with dyspraxia might also have one or the other.
Indeed. So the next question is there a charge to do the workout?
No.
No.
No. Okay. Thank you. So yeah, these workouts currently are free. So, you know, all that you need to do is come along, you know, do the workout, and then, as I say, you get a bit of a call afterwards, as Mary said, that you know, and as I say, Karen said as well, about, you know, how it went and so forth as well. So looking, getting through the questions here actually. So what is involved in the workout? Who would like to answer this question? So what is involved in the workout? Yeah, Sophie?
Yeah, so I suppose first we will all enter the Zoom call, and we'll just have a general chat about how we are and how our day has been. And then Mike will start a 3-minute warm-up, so he'll go through different exercises just to get your heart rate going and get your body warmed up. And then we'll start with 10 exercises. So as I said before, 30 seconds on and 35 seconds of rest. And Mike will kind of continuously check in to see how we're feeling throughout those different exercises. And then we'll have a 3-minute rest before starting the second round. And then we usually have a chat after.
That's lovely. Thank you very much. So that's, you know, that's how the formula pretty much goes most of the time as well. We are also looking at putting in like little fun bits and pieces as well in the near future, such as rolling the dice, such as, you know, doing things like odds and evens. So whatever the dice lands on, that's the exercise that do. So it can be quite fun as well. And we're always thinking of ideas on how we can actually make it even more fun, you know, for people to do really. So moving on to the next question, how many people join the workout when it's actually on? How many people tend to participate?
Well, as many people as they can. For example, if people are available, they'll be more than welcome to attend. People just have to message Mike, and they just have to let him know that, yes, I'm attending, so they'll get the poll and they'll fill out the poll. And if others aren't able, to just let them know and when they'll be attending the next time.
Fantastic. And can anyone remember on the panel what the most participants we have had on the workouts?
I think 11 or 12.
Any other people want to
17?
Yes, 17.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
17 people we've had at one go, so it's been good. We also like to make things fun as well. At that point, I think the biggest one we did like a little Christmas themed workout. So you know, people dressed up in Santa hats and wearing jumpers and so forth. So you know, that was quite fun, wasn't it, really? You know, to do. We've also done a Halloween theme one, and as we get back towards Christmas this year, I'm sure we're going to be having a bit of a theme you know, for Christmas. Hence, probably not a big woolly hat as I wore last year, but it can get a bit warm, can't it, really? So moving on, do we have to have our cameras on and our microphones on? Who would like to answer that question?
No, we don't have to have our cameras or microphones on. Just have our Zoom on, whether it's on our laptops or our iPhones or our iPads.
Yeah, definitely. So please don't feel that you have to have your cameras on. Please don't feel that you have to have your microphones on. As I say, we do have you know, some people in the group that you know, struggle with their internet connection. So you know, we sometimes say, okay, well, best probably to keep the camera off and the microphone off for that reason. Again, it's not compulsory. It works two ways, really, because sometimes you can think, well, it's good to have your camera on because you can say, am I doing this exercise correctly? I can then see that. But as again, there's no pressure to do that if you don't feel that you do that. If people want to keep the cameras off on the workout and turn them on when we chat in the you know, in the cool down or even in the break in the middle, then that's absolutely fine as well. So, but please don't feel pressured that you have to keep your cameras on. We all understand that exercise can be a bit sensitive sometimes, and people sometimes don't want to be watched in their exercise, but at the end of the day, you know, it's completely up to yourself really on what you want to do. Question 12, or moving on, should I say, is do you have to do every exercise? We kind of touched on this a little bit. That's correct. So yeah, as I say, exactly that, Sophie, you know, you don't have to do every exercise. As I mentioned earlier, if there's an exercise that you can't do, we've got the alternate versions. If you can't do these alternate versions, then that's okay. You know, everybody with dyspraxia on the workout or that kind of thing, everyone's different. You know, some people can do star jumps, some people can't. Some people can do, I always like to accommodate people, so that's what I do. But if someone's having a bit of an achy day anyway and they need to rest, then no, they don't need to do every exercise if they don't feel that they need to.
I think sometimes also you can have days where your concentration span is quite poor, and so it could take a few seconds to register that Mike's actually said to start, and then, you know, so you're halfway through the time that you have left to do the exercise anyway, so you can kind of just like leave that out.
Oh, totally, which is great, you know, and you know, like I say, if you've had a bit of an achy day or you feel a bit tired, then you know, you've got to look after yourself as well, which is important.
As you said earlier, Mike, listen to your own body.
Definitely,
that's important. Yeah,
because at the end of the day, I'm not in a room with everybody. You know, everybody's you know, in their own little you know, in their own space and whatever. And I can't go, oh, okay, well, you need to stop, you need to do that. You know, I'm always making sure that people are okay. So if that's another reason why sometimes it's good to have a camera on. It's not necessarily, you know, if you don't want to. However, you know, with the you know, with doing that, you have got to listen to your body, because the way that I look at it is, if you've done a workout and you've done your first workout, or even maybe if you've done a whole month's worth of my workouts, you know, all the time, you might ache a bit maybe that evening because it's something different. But if you haven't kind of listened to your body and you're aching for 3, 4, 5 days, then it's no good for anybody, and you know, we don't need to do that, you know, at all. So please do, I can't stress enough to actually you know, take a break if you need to. Nobody judges anybody. I think we maybe get into our heads sometimes that if it was like in a gym situation or a boot camp or something like that, and you stop, you're going to think, oh, people are looking at me. Please do not worry about this at all on the Zoom calls, because if people need to stop, please feel, you know, reassured that, you know, that's the good thing, that's the best thing for you to do as well. So moving on, will this help me to make new friends? So will coming along to the workout help me?
Yes, absolutely. When you come along to the workout as a dyspraxic or somebody with a motor learning disability, you're no longer alone. You're with many, many people there, very interesting people that are on the same level as you. And in no time at all, you make lots of friends.
Oh, definitely. And I think we've grown it, you know, so much. We started off roughly, as I say, last year with around about 3 people. We've built that up. We have roughly about 24 people now who participate on different, you know, on different days and so forth. And we do also have a Facebook, you know, messenger group chat. But I never put people into that until they've done the workout and they've given consent to be in that group, because it's a pet hate and a bugbear of mine, you know, to be put into a group without me kind of going, okay, what's going on? People generally can ask me, and if I'm okay and I give permission, then I don't mind being in another group. But I always make sure that I ask that question. I'm not going to put anybody into a group before asking their permission and their consent. Moving on, will this help with mindfulness and depression?
Yes, it really helps you a great deal. It helps your concentration span. It helps you be more attentive. It helps you feel healthy in yourself, and you feel relaxed and ready to continue the day afterwards. It also helps because you're meeting different people online as well as working out, and you're getting rid of the depressive feeling you felt. As my mother calls it, you're gaining the happy hormones.
Oh, definitely. I like that. Happy hormones. That's a great way of saying it.
You're all endorphins.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can't beat them.
I think I like happy hormones most. But yeah, that's great.
It also motivates you as well, and toning yourself up and gaining a very, very good figure as well.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. So as a next question, do I have to attend every workout? Who would like to answer that question?
No, you don't have to. I mean, you can, because we all have busy lives and we're not always going to be able to attend every one, but Mike is always very welcoming when you can attend, and he's very inclusive, so he will always let you know when he's doing a workout, and he doesn't mind if you can't make one. You know, he's always very welcoming when you can attend one.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, exactly. You know, with you know, with the workouts, as you mentioned, you know, everyone does have busy lives. You know, I'm a father and a husband, and you know, at the end of the day, you know, I do these workouts, but you know, I have to, you know, obviously make sure that I give my time, you know, to what we're doing as well. And you know, we've had you know, people in the past that have, you know, either been away on holiday or they've had other bits on, and they come back and it's like, oh, brilliant. And it feels, I don't know if my panel agrees, but it feels like they've not gone anywhere. They've come back and they're back, you know, part of a unit in a way. So yeah, as I say, it's you know, that's what people can do, you know, and you know, people been away for maybe a month or a couple of months or whatever, and come back and it's like, oh hi, you know, welcome back. And I'm always welcoming, you know, I never forget about people, and you know, that's the way it's, you know, it has to be really. So the next one is, do you have any one-to-one sessions? Who would like to answer that one?
Well, no, there is no one-to-one sessions.
That's
But
great.
if you're looking for one-to-one sessions, you could feel free to ask Mike or somebody, do they know anybody that does one-to-one sessions online, and they could put you in touch with different one-to-one videos, either via YouTube or Zoom, or somebody else there that can do Zoom workouts.
That's right. And as I say, with myself, it is group exercises only. So, you know, bearing in mind, obviously, as Mary and Karen touched on earlier about the online content, obviously that's not a one-to-one particularly, but that's just something on the channel. So, as I say, next question, do I have to choose the day that I work out? So who would like to question?
No, you don't have to choose the day. The days are there as planned by Mike for the live workout, and you can pick whatever time you want during the day for the recorded version once you're a member of the group. And
Yeah.
if you're not well, you just let Mike know, or if you're very busy, just let Mike know, and he'll always include you for the next workout.
Definitely. What I do ask, obviously, for you know, as Sophie said, I'm very welcoming, and you know, if people you know, can't make a workout, even if they said yes, I'm coming the day before, and then something happens, because you know it does at the end of the day, you know, something might happen, like, oh well, you know, this is you know, something's come up, or I'm not feeling too good, or I've had a rough night, or whatever it is, that's absolutely fine. All that we ask is to let me know, either in the chat or, you know, a personal, you know, message as well, then that's absolutely fine. I'm always informative, so throughout the Facebook, you know, message group, if you like, or the chat, I'm always letting people know, as Mary touched on earlier. I do have like an attendance poll which you just fill in, and I send that the day before the workout day. So you know, as we go into the new year and hopefully back to Thursdays, then I'll be sending out those on a Wednesday. And currently, as we're doing Sunday workouts, I do the attendance poll like the day before on the Saturday. I also let people know, as you know, if things do crop up with myself and we have to do a workout on a different day or time, then I give people plenty of notice so that they can actually come along. And if they can't, then if they've already come along to the workouts, we want to do the online content instead, you know, we do have different options, you know, that they can actually do as well, which is great. So that takes me now to another question, which is, do you provide personal training? Who would like to answer that question?
No, you don't provide personal training. As I said a few minutes ago, if it's a personal trainer you're looking for, you could always ask Mike, or you could ask someone you know, or a friend, and they could put you in touch with online ones or offline ones. Mike is group training only, and he's the 2 days a week live workout. And once you're a member of the group, you can do the virtual Mike as well.
Indeed. Indeed. And so if you would, I mean, we touched on obviously the introduction slightly, but do you want to add it? Would you like to add anything into that on kind of what you do as well?
Yeah, in classic Sophie style, I hadn't prepared for that question.
That's okay.
But I have just qualified as a personal trainer and strength and conditioning coach. So my aim now is to start getting my insurance in place. And after that, I will look into start up my personal training at that stage. But I'll only be happy to start that once I have my insurance in place.
That's lovely. Thanks very much, Sophie. And sorry for putting you on the spot. In true Mike.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, there we go. So thank you. And you know, the next question is, how will the workout help with my concentration? Who would like to answer you know, that question?
Well, I think oh, sorry, Sophie.
No, go on.
I think it helps a good deal. It prepares you for what's ahead, and it helps you focus more on what you want to do and achieving your aims once you've had that exercise, you've had that workout, because then your brain is in full active mode.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's great.
I was just going to say as well that because you're doing 2 rounds of the same 10 exercises in the same order, it can help with sequencing and remembering what's coming next and things like that. So you're kind of trying to be one step ahead in terms of concentration and remembering what comes next and things like that. So I think doing 2 rounds of the same 10 exercises in the same order, it does actually help with sequencing and memory skills as well.
Oh, definitely. No, thank you very much for that, Sophie. To add to that as well, yeah, as I say, what we tend to do, particularly more for newcomers and to get people kind of introduced to the workout as well, and obviously the moves, we you know, basically do the 10 exercises, the break, and then the same 10 exercises, because like you say, to try and get that sequence and get people kind of used to the exercises. As we go on and people are happy with those exercises, then we can actually mix that slightly. We do have a lot of exercises that we do, and we can actually then do basically 20 exercises, so 10 in the first and then a separate a different 10 in the second round. But we tend you know, we tend to do that pretty much, you know, once people are up to speed. And again, as I mentioned earlier about rolling the dice and playing the games and so forth, we tend to do that once people are happy with what we're doing, because it would be very unfair on me to go, right, okay, well, welcome to a workout. Oh, and here's 20 different moves and throwing the dice, and oh, hang on a minute, it's like, now what's going on? And it is, it's not haphazard particularly, but it's more kind of, okay, well, you know, we need to concentrate on those 10 moves, which I think, you know, at the end of the day, you know, particularly with myself being dyspraxic, you know, it is, you know, important to kind of get to a certain point and go, right, okay, well, here's the exercises, I know what I'm doing in round 2. So you can go, oh, okay, oh, I didn't know how to do that bit, or is that out coordination? And if you do it again, you go, well, this is how we're doing it. This is
yeah,
more you know, easier as well. So as I say, let me just have a quick look. Okay, we've had a question in as well. So we've had a question: are the Zoom workouts recorded and released online after each workout? And this comes from a person called Adele. So are the Zoom workouts recorded and released online after each workout? Meaning, and we're just asking about online content. So who would like to answer that question?
Well, no, not all of them are recorded, and when workouts are recorded, you're asked for your consent. For example, Mike will ask one day, do you mind if I record this to put out live, or do you mind if I record this? And it's up to yourself to give consent, and if you give consent and nothing to do it, then fine. Yeah, indeed. And with in regards to that question as well, what I tend to do is people can turn my cameras off, I pinpoint it, we have someone that records it for me and then sends me over the file, and then basically it's just spotlighted with myself and the timer. On that note, actually, and thanks very much for your question there, Adele, as well. With the workout as well, we, as I say, I do a screen share, I have a timer on there. So the timer is color coded, it's nice and big as well. And basically it's, we exercise when it's on green and we rest and recover when it's on red. So I'll share that as well. I also have produced all the music that goes with the workout as well. And so, you know, we've got 3 different pieces of music which we go with different workouts that we do. But we can't discuss that before we actually do the workouts, you know, on each workout session, on which one we're going to go for. So we have that.
And as I say, I'm very audible, you know, when we're doing the workouts. So I'm always making sure people are okay. We like to have a bit of a laugh as well. But I'm always counting down from 5 to 0. So you know when to exercise and when to stop, and then when to start exercising again and when to stop. So I do my very best to actually count down from 5. You know, what we actually, you know, do is, you know, it's very audible. People know when to exercise and when to not as well. So we've also had another question come in. So what has this workout done for the morale, sorry, I'm trying to say that word again, morale of Irish dyspraxics? It seems very popular for the Irish dyspraxic community. So what has this workout done for the morale of Irish dyspraxics? So who would like to answer that question?
I think it's boosted the morale a great deal of Irish dyspraxics, because speaking as an Irish dyspraxic myself, it was very difficult looking up the supports for adult dyspraxics, and it's woeful the lack of that's there. And when I met my friend who brought me over to the group, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. So therefore it boosts your morale in a way. You meet lots of amazing people that are on the same level of you and that you can relate to, and that you will not feel judged, or you won't be laughed at if you step out of sync, or you won't be looked at weirdly, or you won't be viewed as what the heck when you don't get it right. So I think it has brought up a lot of people's self-esteem here in Ireland, and it has made people feel like they're less alone, and it also made people feel like they can belong somewhere.
Indeed.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to kind of mirror what Mary said, like, you know,
and the groups to the
oh, sorry.
Mike, another thing it has boosted is the fact that when other people like have called them stupid or all the different names under the sun all their lives, they know they're not that. When they join a group like this, they know they're stronger than that and they're better than that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely. As I say, we have built this group up and the workouts, you know, really well. You know, obviously with safeguarding confidentiality, which I always talk about, whatever is said on the video call stays on that video call, and also on the Facebook Messenger group chat. Should you want to be on that and carry on doing the workouts, then whatever is said on there, you know, does just stay on that. It doesn't go anywhere else. So you can feel fine that you're in a safe environment to work out in. And everybody, you know, is very supportive, and I hope I can vouch for my panel members here that everyone just gets on and has a bit of fun while they're doing their exercises as well.
Yeah, definitely. I meant to say that earlier. My internet connection went, so I don't know whether it was said, but what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So that's, I mean, it's in the group, stays in the group.
Yes,
it's
definitely
confidential, and it's a very friendly and supportive group.
Yeah, as I say, you know, if anyone needs to speak to me, then they know that they can. You know, we do a very supportive group. Everyone, you know, on my panel and you know, off the panel, are very supportive to myself as I am to everybody else. I like to hopefully bring a smile to everybody, and hopefully, you know, I'm doing that, you know, through the workouts, you know, which is hopefully good. So let me just have a look. And how do you all feel once you've done the workout? How do you feel afterwards?
Great. I feel great.
Yeah.
Brilliant, actually. Yeah, really good. And it's energizing, actually. Yeah, I always feel energized after the workout, and it sets me up for the day. And like it's on at 11:15.
Yeah.
In the morning, and that's sort of just and you know, it sort of sets you up, gives you a good afternoon, and you have a brilliant day after it.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Excellent. How does everybody else feel as well?
Relaxed and ready to start the day, and also my brain is turned on to work at whatever aims I hope to do, as well as relax for the day as well.
Yeah, I find the ones where I want to attend the least, because I may as well say that we are human and we're not always going to want to turn up and do a workout. But I found that it's the ones where I've wanted to go to the workouts the least that I've ended up feeling the best after. And, and realizing, God, how stupid would I have been to have missed it, because you're spending this time having a laugh with people and getting your endorphins going from the exercise as well. So you're getting two different elements to it. It's not just about coming along and doing exercises. You're coming along and engaging in friendly conversation and laughter and things like that. So it's a two-way system,
I think sometimes when we're doing the cool down, we've done the main bulk of the kind of workout, if you like, and then we do the cool down. It's a bit more relaxed. The music gets turned off. We only put the music on when we're actually doing the main workout, for warming up and obviously the cooling down in the middle, and we do have a laugh. And it's just like sometimes it's like we're saying something, I just end up cracking up. So it's like which mirrors completely what Sophie just said as well, about having a laugh, because at the end of the day, I'm a true believer that with exercises and so forth, it shouldn't have to be like a chore. I'm not someone, as I say, currently I'm unqualified, but I'm a fitness enthusiast. However, I am training to be a qualified group fitness instructor as well, and I'm always going to say, and I've said to many people before, going back to it, listen to your body, stop if you need to. If I'm, as I am now as a fitness enthusiast, I'm saying that, and when I'm a qualified fitness instructor, I'll be saying the same thing. So, it's right up here. That's what we have to do. At the end of the day, which is great. So as I say, just to let you know as well, if some of you already don't know, but I also have a podcast out at the moment, and you can actually find that on Spotify, and that's, if you search for the Dyspraxic Help for You Fitness podcast, then that will come up. We have had some guests, and we're getting guests to come along and obviously talk about their workouts and their fitness levels as well. But yeah, as I say, let's see, do we have any other questions coming in? But yeah, I'm blown away by so many people coming along to the workouts. We have people of all ages, shapes and sizes who come along as well. I would like to say that yes, if you're under the age of 18, you can come and do the workout, but you must have a parent on the video call with you at all times, just because you are under 18. So that's not a problem as well. If you have anybody that is supporting someone with dyspraxia and they're on the video call, then that's fine as well. So if you have someone in your household that is dyspraxic or showing those traits, then as I say, send us a message, and we will get that sorted out as well. So let me just have a quick look. We're just having a quick look at the messages, seeing if anything is happening there. Okay, so we've had, who are your future guests on the podcast? going to be. So we have people from who do the workouts, giving their take on the workouts and the participants, and we're hopefully looking at other kind of sporting fanatics and sporting personalities and so forth like that. It's just a very new thing that we've started doing, or I've started doing. As I say, watch this space. So please head over to Spotify if you need to and have a little listen and let me know what you think. We've had another question come in. So how do you feel it's helped your well-being? So how do you feel it's helped your well-being? Who would like to answer that question?
Well, it has helped my well-being a great deal in the way it has helped me feel relaxed in myself, good about myself. It has motivated me to live a healthier lifestyle as well, keeping fit, as well as becoming more attractive in terms of gainful employment opportunities, as well as meeting other interesting people. So it has improved it a great deal.
Fantastic. And does everybody else feel the same way as well on the panel?
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Lovely. So we're just seeing if there's any more questions coming through.
Yes, I do as well. Yeah, definitely.
That's great. Fantastic. So just bring up there. I mean, even for myself, my well-being, it just makes me feel better. As we touched on earlier on the panel, it does help you to lift the energy. You can be maybe having a bit of a slow day. You might be feeling kind of 7 out of 10 or 6 out of 10, but hopefully by doing the workout, it brings it back up. Brings the energy lifting with moving our bodies. So if you're feeling maybe a bit sick, or we need to feel that we need to move, then we can use that as well. So yeah, I definitely feel the same with that. Okay, so we've also had a question: what can we expect from Dyspraxic Fitness YouTube channel? Does it showcase more than the podcast? Anybody want to answer that question? I'm happy to answer that if nobody else is.
Well, it could show more because it's more private than the group. You can just log into the Dyspraxic Fitness channel on YouTube there, and you hear a great deal more about dyspraxia in general and how to manage it better, as well as enjoying the workouts in the group and how you can meet people with it and how you can improve yourself in different areas, as well as different people's experiences.
Indeed. And with the Dyspraxic Fitness YouTube channel and the online content on there, it shows you how it is in the Zoom call. So you see that I've been told before that my energy is the same if I was doing it on a Zoom call as it is on the recorded content. So I try to keep that consistency going, so you feel that you're speaking to me. Obviously it's a different thing on on the online content, but as I say, with that you do get that workout as well. And I suppose with the online content, you do have the beauty of actually pausing that workout. So if something happens, the doorbell goes, or or you need to stop for whatever reason, then you can do that on the YouTube channel, can't you? So
but if you're in the live, Mike, it's all right to just let Mike or let somebody know that if you need the restroom or somebody is calling you, to give them a hand with something, or the doorbell rings, just let them know.
Yeah, just say, oh, sorry about that, and move on. It's absolutely fine. They are quite, there's a lot going on the workouts. A lot of people think that, obviously being dyspraxic and, suffering, well, not suffering, but living with the condition, so say with dyspraxia, it's like there's so much that I have to do, making sure that everyone's okay, checking the timer, making sure the music's okay. So yeah, there's a lot to do, and we go, how do you do it? And just say, well, practice, it's taken some time, but we've been doing it for some time now, so that's not too bad at all. So just go to see if we've got any more comments or questions coming through, but as I say, obviously thank you very much for watching, and hopefully more about these fitness workouts as well. So just seeing if there's anything coming through. Okay, so let me just have a little look. Oh, it's getting colder today, isn't it?
Very.
I say, as you know, I'm in Nottingham, and it's definitely cold, definitely cold today. Okay, so we've had another question come in. Have the panel always had such an appetite for fitness? So if all of you want to kind of in turn answer that question, if you would. So
well, I always enjoyed fitness ever since I was a little girl, even though I was bad at team sports such as football and basketball. I did enjoy aerobics, even though my balance wasn't great at it. And I always enjoyed working out in the gym on the different weights, or the different working out bikes, or the different Versha climbers and rowing machines, as well as treadmills. So yes, I guess that appetite was always there in me.
Yeah, oh, that's lovely. And what about anybody else?
Yeah, I from since I was, I suppose, in my mid-20s, I actually did a fitness training course in my mid-20s, 30s. I didn't actually have anywhere to do it, so I didn't practice it, didn't keep it up. But I did weight routines and things like that. I actually did an aerobics course, but I was hopeless at that. I was completely hopeless at that. But I find it, following what you're doing, this group, I don't find it so hard. I suppose it's because there's alternative exercises that cater for our needs, and I've other issues as well that the alternative exercises help with. Years ago, I used to actually do an aerobics class, and then I'd do a step class, or I'd do a line dancing class, one after the other, and then go to the gym. I was actually really, really addicted to exercise at one stage. And I loved it, and I never really stopped, sort of didn't like it. It's just that now that this group has come up, and the alternative exercises, as I say, suit me, that I've come back to it. I'm glad to have found it.
Oh, lovely. And what about yourself, Sophie? Do you have an appetite for fitness? Well,
well, I was a completely self-confessed, hater of fitness up until I turned 30. Like, I had tried a number of different personal trainers, but when I tried to explain dyspraxia, there was an almost palpable sense of you're just looking for an easy way out. And so it kind of became almost a clash of it's the trainer's way or no way. And so I kind of just shied away then from fitness. And then when I was 30, secondary to dyspraxia, I have hypermobility, and I've dislocated my kneecap 5 times. And after my 6th knee surgery in 2018, I was told that I needed a knee replacement. But I was told that because I have weak muscle tone, that the recovery is going to be much more difficult. And it was only then that I tried my 6th personal trainer, and I came armed with about 22 pages of information about dyspraxia. And he read every single one of those pages, and we got on so well together, and he really changed everything how I felt about fitness, and I couldn't imagine my life without fitness now.
Oh, that's brilliant. Fantastic. Thank you very much for your input there on the panel as well. So we've had another question coming in. How much awareness for dyspraxia is there in Ireland?
Well, there's very little, to be honest.
Yeah.
I scouted online. I joined Dyspraxia Ireland there when my friend suggested that some of my problems may be down to it. And I found out they've only do services for kids. And I've often said to them that these kids are going to be adults one day, and what next? I feel that there is actually nothing for adults with dyspraxia, like in terms of independent living skills. There's no proper information around driving a car for dyspraxic adults. Like there should be, I think there should be different programs set up that would provide sponsors maybe there for them when they don't know anybody that's empathetic enough to sit in with them. Like I find, as Sophie said, it's palpable when you talk to someone about dyspraxia, you're talking to a brick wall. They don't understand it, they don't know it. Anybody I asked, did they ever hear of it? I've never heard of it. And I noticed,
I think it's like dyslexia.
a lot of people as well, I've noticed, they only read the pages out of a book, which is annoying to me. It's not just reading the pages out of a book. I think in different kind of jobs you need proper physical real life experience and examine how dyspraxia and other neurodiverse conditions affect people, and then you gain an understanding and you learn how you can teach them and work with them. So therefore I think it's disgraceful the way there's no proper services or no proper help for adults with dyspraxia.
I completely agree, 100%.
Yes.
Totally. Yeah.
Oh, it's a shame, isn't it? You know, why people don't know about it. And the good thing is we have that knowledge. You know, we can actually say what it's all about. And hopefully, you know, throughout this week, you know, we've been able to educate people on what it's all about. And
exactly. And also there is the phrase of be the change you want to see.
Yeah.
Yes.
And nothing changes if nothing changes. So if you want something to change that badly, you have to take that first step and do it for yourself if nobody else is doing it. You know, like I would completely agree with everything Mary said there. There's no resources for adults, you know, and there is no preparation for independent living, thriving, budgeting. There's certainly nothing that I was made aware of anyway. And it was only in 2018 I went to an adult conference for people with dyspraxia in Birmingham in 2018. And they had all these stalls about dyspraxia and mental health, dyspraxia and driving, dyspraxia and budgeting. And I was like, oh my God, this is what we need over here. Because I was clueless before then, you know.
Yeah.
Mike?
Yes, go ahead.
When I saw the dyspraxic and Asperger syndrome driver over there, I thought, why in the hell isn't there any of that over here? I felt so baffled, like it's brain dead over here. And I've even had people say to me, but sure, if you had dyspraxia, you'd be falling over the place. I had someone saying that to me, and I noticed people assume that they're learning disabled, of intellectual disability, they're slow, and employers are sorely ignorant as well. If you tell employers you have dyspraxia in an application form or at an interview, your application goes straight in the bin. I've noticed discrimination against people with the likes of dyspraxia, and even Asperger's are discriminated massively by employers and bullied in workplaces. Yeah. I think it's disgraceful, and I think the law should get involved there as well.
I agree. I mean, I kind of think it's a really, really tough decision. I know we're getting off topic, Mike, of fitness, but just to touch on what Mary said there, I do think like there are very few places where I would feel comfortable enough to disclose that I have dyspraxia, but in some cases where I have, the micromanaging starts immediately, and they make your life so miserable that you have to leave, you know.
Oh, totally. Totally.
So that was getting way off topic. But
it's important to know, isn't it? You know, and you know, it's so important to make people aware of what's going on, so that they can go, in actual fact, yeah, this is, this is what's happening, and this is why we can't do stuff. But at the end of the day, if people aren't educated about it, then they just think that you're that person that can't do what they're asking, and that's kind of a bit wrong in a way. So we've had another question come in as well. Have the panel made friends for life by taking part in the workout?
Yes, definitely.
I mean, yeah, from my point of view as well, obviously, in Nottingham here, I believe that I've made friends for life, through people joining us and joining in on the chat and so forth. We really have got to know each other, and it's only been a very short time in the scheme of things. I only really thought of this idea, like say August, September time. So really, it's I feel like I made friends for life, definitely, and I hope everyone has as well. I mean, the way that we all got on, we had a celebration online party on Zoom for the 100th workout. So we've done quite a few workouts now, and it was like, I mean, I don't know if the panel agree with me here, but it was like a family kind of get together, if you know what I mean. We all have fun. We all, I sang some songs, and we just let our hair down, although that's not easy for me to do because I haven't got much of it, but but like I say, I do feel like we're like a family. We support each other, and if someone's feeling a bit down, we support that. If someone is on camera and they kind of fall over, I always make sure that I care about people that come along to the workout. I always make sure, are you okay? If I can, I'll try and stop that time. I'll stop the workout and make sure people are okay. If I can't and they have to disappear, I'll always go, well, okay, was everything okay? Are you feeling okay? And I'll make sure that they've got that kind of support as much as I can give, from that as well. I'd just like to ask Sophie as well about your Facebook page and a workshop helping parents of dyspraxic children in Ireland. So would you be able to give me a little bit of information, or give us a bit of information about that?
Yeah, is that a question or is that you?
Yeah, it's just myself, really.
I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, so I have a blog page called Personal Training with Dyspraxia. I started this blog on the back of parents wanting me to document the benefits I'd experienced from training with my personal trainer that I started with in 2018, Ronan. And I was a little bit unsure at first because I was kind of always conditioned to, you don't speak about dyspraxia, if you don't speak about it, it doesn't exist and there's no problem, So I was a little bit unsure, but then I was like really aware that there was such little awareness out there for dyspraxia. So I started my blog in 2018 and I continued. I updated about the different personal training sessions I had. And then I updated about my journey through my college course of becoming a personal trainer. And then I decided I wanted to do a workshop to help parents of children who have dyspraxia. And I initially was going to be organising that with Harry, who was the retired CEO of Dyspraxia Ireland. And then unfortunately COVID happened and he had retired. So I set up my own workshop for parents of children with dyspraxia, and it was the most rewarding thing just to be able to meet with the parents and finally put a face to the names that I've been talking to online for all of these years. And we went through different exercises to help with core stability, upper and lower body strength. And it was just a wonderful, wonderful experience.
Oh, that's brilliant. And thank you so much, Sophie, for letting us know a bit more about kind of what you've been doing. And that's, you know, that's amazing. So thank you very much for your information. As I say, just going back slightly to when we have our celebration call, the good thing is we have past participants come along, and we also have present people. So it's nice to see people that had done the workout before, and it did bring it back like that family. It's almost like a reunion. It's like, oh yeah, I remember you, and how you been, and we're able to have a bit of a chat, really. So yeah, as I say, I'm just seeing if there are any other questions, and then we'll be leaving it there for tonight. So I'm just having a quick check as we go. Okay, so we have another question that's just come in. What would the panel say to those in two minds about coming along? So what would you say about people who are in two minds about coming along?
I would say you'll never know unless you try. And I think even if you just come along for 1 or 2 sessions, you're not going to regret making the decision to come along. Because I was in two minds myself
Yeah.
for a long time.
Oh.
That's just being honest. I think it's important. Honesty is important. And I was in two minds for ages. And then I eventually got my courage to go along to the first workout, and I really enjoyed it, and I surprised myself. And I was surprised that I wanted to go back to the next one. But, you know, I think half of the time it's a battle with your own self-esteem issues as well.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I find a lot of times that I have doubt about things. When I really sit and think, it's actually all coming back to my own issues of my own self-esteem. And, oh, people are going to laugh at me, or people are all going to look at me or stare at me. And then I realized every single person on this workout is going to have the same challenge in terms of coordination.
Yeah, definitely. And to kind of mirror that as well, Sophie, we don't judge anybody. You know, if someone falls over or anything that I see, if they're on camera, or if I hear something and we're not on camera, but I hear someone move or something happens and something falls over, then I'm always there to go, are you okay? You know, and don't go, oh, well, you know, why aren't you doing it? Excuse me, you're meant to be doing your workout, you know.
I agree with Sophie 100%. And I would also say you won't know yourself by the time you try this, just for this once. And if you don't know yourself and you want to come back, you're more than welcome.
Definitely. And you know, I'm so, you know, I see myself as being kind of down to earth, really, and easygoing. But if people come along and they do the workout and everything, it's not for me, it was too much, or it was too easy, or whatever the reason, and I don't want to continue, that's absolutely fine. The good thing is you've come along, like you say, you don't know unless you try it sometimes, as Sophie said. But, you know, it might be like, oh, well, I've tried it, but I was thinking it was going to be more high intense, or it was too high intense, or something along that. You know, I'm not offended. I always like to have a call with people before they do the workout, just to get you know, an understanding and to discuss the workout. However, obviously from this Facebook Live, you know, we've given a lot of information as well, but we're always open to any questions. So if you do have any questions that you know, you haven't asked here, then please do get in touch and we will do our best to answer those for you. Another question has just come in, and this is from Stuart. They say, how did you come up with the online workout idea for Dyspraxics? And this is actually just to me, really. So the idea was that way back in March 2020, when we were in lockdown, the pandemic, or whatever you may want to call it, here in the UK, you know, I was doing workouts online and so forth, really enjoyed them, found out about how to do different exercises that maybe I hadn't done before. And I kind of did a bit of kind of a Zoom kind of workout with my parents, and they enjoyed it, and I thought, well, let's try and put something back into the dyspraxia community, because at the end of the day, you know, I'm dyspraxic, as you know, and I thought, well, I wonder if anybody out there would be interested. I wasn't so sure myself whether it was actually going to be, you know, sorting out, what was happening, you know, with dyspraxia. So I put it out there, and lo and behold, people were interested. They decided that they wanted to come along, see what it was all about. They knew, you know, people knew at that point that, yes, you know, it was an idea. I really enjoy motivating people. I enjoy, you know, getting people to, you know, meet like-minded other dyspraxics as well. And so I just really wanted to kind of put my take into the community and help people to keep motivated. And really, you know, it just went from there, really. So that's great. Thank you so much for your question there, Stuart. So any other questions coming in? Let's have a little look. But yeah, what I can hopefully say is that, you know, when you come along to a workout, you're going to have, you know, going to have fun with it. You know, it's not like a job. I'm not like a sergeant, as sometimes I put it. It's like, come on, you got to do X amount of star jumps, and oh, I can see that you're not doing that many, and blah blah. Because at the end of the day, I'm not like that. If I'm like that, then it doesn't make it that much enjoyable. And particularly, you know, as a dyspraxic myself, you know, I feel the pressure of that, and you know, we don't deal well, you know, with pressure, particularly. And when someone's trying to give us all these exercises, you know, it takes a lot to retain that information sometimes. So I try and be as relaxed as I can be with the exercises. I always demonstrate the moves, whether that be the full move or you know, anything, you know, such as the alternate version as well. We just had another question come in, which is great. Thank you very much for all your questions, you know, tonight. And the next question has come in: how has the dyspraxia community supported your workouts and the general response to this free event? So yeah, I think with this, everyone supported me. They know that I'm on my journey to becoming, you know, qualified. I'm so grateful for everyone who comes along. What I love within my character is I really enjoy meeting new people, getting to know people, and you know, helping people to keep motivated, to keep moving. Because I'm a true believer, if we keep on moving, you know, it's going to help us out, not only physically, but also mentally as well. You know, so great question. And the response to a free workout, as I say, we probably started off with about 3 people, and we're rocketing up to about 24, 25. We're getting lots of interest, and this is what people want to do. Sometimes people feel that, you know, when they go into a gym or they do a boot camp in front of other people, they can feel a bit self-conscious sometimes. Here on Zoom, it's from the comfort of your own home, and you can do the workout. You don't have to have your camera on, you don't have to have your microphone on, you know, just do what you can. And you know, at the end of the day, we're making this a good place, you know, to be and to work out as well. So just having a quick chat before we finish. If anybody else has any questions they would like to ask, please feel reassured that if we haven't answered any of your questions, then basically, you know, feel free to get in contact and get in touch, and I'll do my very best to answer those questions as well. We have, you know, I'd just like to thank a couple of people. We have, you know, been helped by a wonderful admin team behind the scenes, You know, one of our admins is called Dean, and the other one's Mary. So thank you, Mary, as say on our panel here. They play a massive part in the success of the workouts by getting out our, you know, the adverts. And I'd just like to say a massive thank you to Dean and obviously to Mary for helping me to do that. As I say, I'm a busy person, and the panel know about that. You know, I'm always you know, doing things, but I always like to do the workouts, you know, as well. So you know, we are you know, a team of people. I lead the workout. I have people you know, helping out and doing you know, doing bits behind the scenes. So and as I say, Dyspraxia Help for You really helps out and supports what we're doing as well, which is fantastic. We've had a question come in. How can people, oh, let's just have a look at that question. How can people watching on replay or on YouTube get in touch to take part in the workouts or ask any questions that they have? Yeah, I mean, as I say, just if you just get in contact through the Dyspraxic Fitness, you know, page, then you know, we'll do our best, you know, to get back to you. And as I say, if you're doing that online content and you have a question, then please feel free. As I say, we only do the online content for people who have done one workout with us before. So again, we, you know, will know who you are, kind of thing. So, you know, just say, okay, well, was I doing this exercise right? You know, you can ask me advice. As we mentioned, I don't do personal training. I don't do one-to-one, but if you want to ask me a bit of advice about my current workout that we currently do, then, you know, please feel free, you know, to get in touch, and we will do that as well. So yeah, as I say, we're almost at that time to wrap up, and you know, and end it there. I'm just having a quick check now to the comments, and see what's going on. But I hope that you've all you know, coming across as well. As I say, the online content is set to private, and as I say, it's only for regulars, but it does fit around everyone's schedule. So for instance, if you've done your workout, you've gone on Thursday, then you think, oh, I'm going to be away on the holiday, or you know, I'm not going to be available to do the workouts either on the Thursday or the Sunday, the Thursday obviously in the new year. Then, you know, as long as they're doing one workout with us, then they can do the online at whatever time suits them. That's the beauty of actually doing the recorded content or the online content. I think, as far as I'm aware, we have 4 or 5 workouts that you can do. And as I say, we also have Dean, as I say, who also hosts the online content. So sometimes when I'm not available, and for any newcomers, I will be, you know, obviously leading those workouts. But once you've been with us for a little while and you know what we're doing, we also have Dean who shares my online content on his screen share, and he'll run through that with you as well. So there are certain times, you know, that things happen, you know, we can't predict what happens. A little while back when I had a really bad sickness bug, you know, thanks so much to Dean for obviously, you know, sharing the online content so people aren't missing out. But as I say, with newcomers, it's best for me to actually, you know, do the workout on the Zoom calls, because if you need to ask me anything, I can let you know. But I'm very informative, and I'll let people know, you know, if I'm not going to be around or whatever. I'm very focused. So let me just have a quick look. Okay, but it's that time, so I'm going to leave it there and you know, finish this live. I would really like to thank my panel, so thank you very much, Karen, Sophie and Mary, for coming on and helping me out to discuss your your take on the workouts, and it's been lovely to hear everything. That's the end of all the questions now, but please, if you do have any questions and you want to ask them, please get in touch and we'll go from that. If you want to do your workouts, then message and we'll go from there, really. But as I say, I would like to just thank everyone for coming along and to this live stream. Hope you've enjoyed listening to myself and the panel. And again, thank you much for panel members. And yes, hopefully, get in touch and we'll see you on the next workout. Thanks so much, everybody, and take care.